This is Doxy Mom, and welcome back to my channel. If you haven't done so already, I greatly appreciate if you hit that little red subscribe button. You can ring the bell for notifications, and if you like this video, just give it a thumbs up. Well, Miss Cindy and I, we're here to bring you the news in 15 minutes or less, so let's get started. Now, in my last report, I read parts of James Clapper's declassified testimony in front of the House Intelligence Committee, and what I hadn't read was Andrew McCabe's book, or seen James Comey's interview with the House Intelligence Committee in March of 2017. Now, Clapper testified he did not brief Obama on the Flynn Kislyak phone calls. And last question, on page 35 of Clapper's testimony, Mr. Rooney asked, "Did you ever brief President Obama on the phone calls, the Flynn Kislyak phone calls?" And Brennan says no. However, James Comey said that Clapper had briefed Obama and Joe Biden on the calls in this Breitbart article, which Comey said, he said, "I briefed it to the Director of National Intelligence. Director Clapper asked me for copies, which I shared with him. In the first week of January, he briefed the President and the Vice President and then President Obama's senior team about what we had found and what we had seen to help them understand why the Russians were reacting the way they did." So somebody's lying. And on Twitter, Undercover Huber tweeted this out. "Update. Old Jim Clapper, you've got a major problem. You denied under oath ever briefing Obama on the Flynn Kislyak calls. Well, it's not just Andy McCabe who says you did in a book. James Comey said you did under oath to Congress." Can you say boom? Guys, these people, they've told so many lies, they just can't keep their stories straight. Obama, Clapper, Comey, Brennan, Strzok, Page, and the others, they all tried to take down a duly elected president, and we all know that's called treason, guys. And they tried to set up a three-star general, General Flynn, and 17 says they've all lawyered up. And you know what? They're probably going to need some lawyers. I wonder if they'll have to sell their house like General Flynn had to sell his to pay their lawyers. And guys, they're not going to get off. Durham knows, Barr knows. On Sunday, Devin Nunes referred several people to the Justice Department for false testimony because of the newly released transcripts. And let's not forget, there are still 169,981 federally sealed indictments. So, TikTok deep state, and guys, I don't know if you've heard, but that Judge Sullivan, he doesn't want to drop General Flynn's case. Now, Bama Girl tweeted this out. "Judge Sullivan, why are you delaying the release of General Flynn? Since when can outside sources file a brief regarding this case when they have no standing? That's like asking anyone in the courtroom, do you have any comments?" So, again, I ask, who you work for? Isn't that a very good question? Well, we'll see what happens. I'll keep you posted. Now, the Gateway Pundit, they're reporting that a Colorado restaurant, a Colorado restaurant owner, he has had enough, as most people have. His name is Jesse Arolino, and he's a true patriot, y'all, because he decided to keep his restaurant, C&C Breakfast and Korean Kitchen, in Castle Rock, Colorado, open on Monday. He said his restaurant is big enough for social distancing as mandated by the governor. He said, and I quote, "Look around. Look at how much space we have here. We've all got this free air, and what are we doing? We're carrying around bacteria in our mask? That doesn't seem logical to me." Well, guys, he's absolutely right. It doesn't seem logical to me either. Even Dr. Judy, the virologist who did that amazing video, and then YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter all took it down. Now, guys, if you're healthy, in my opinion, you don't need a mask. And of course, when the social giants, Facebook and YouTube and Twitter all took down Dr. Judy's video, well, that told me immediately that she was telling the truth. When governors started banning that wonderful medicine, HCQ, that's cheap and been around forever, Well, that kind of tells me it was curing people, and so are the videos out there of the doctors and nurses that are coming on and saying, hey, hydroxychloroquine was curing people, and now you're taking this away from me? Guys, I know 2 people who have been cured from COVID with one was just a Z-Pack. The other was with the Z-Pack and with the hydroxychloroquine, and both of these ladies were in their late 50s to early 60s. I know another young man, he was in his 30s, and he was perfectly healthy, and he got the fever and the cough, and guess he didn't have insurance. He didn't even go to the doctor, and after staying in his room for about a week, he was fine. So he got over it. People are getting over this. Please, please quit being so fearful and scared. Get out of your homes. Guys, I was just around over 100 people from my aunt's funeral. I hugged my cousins and told them how sorry I was for the loss of their mother. And of course, their mother, she died at age 86 of cancer. And I told them that I loved them. And guys, we're all fine. So, guys, we're all going to die someday. Dying is part of living. Over 7,700 people die in the United States every single day. And when it's your time to go, you're going to go. And I just pray that you know Jesus so you'll know where you're going. And I just don't know about you, but I don't let fear control my life. Fear comes from Satan. So I applaud this man for opening up his restaurant. And if you live close to Castle Rock, I would highly encourage you to go over there and have a meal in his restaurant. If I lived close by, I'd have done been over there, y'all, because unless you're elderly and or have several underlying health conditions, there is no need whatsoever for you to be afraid or for you to be on lockdown. It's time to stand up and get back to work and take our country back, y'all. And I want to read you something. Maybe you've heard it. Now, my grandmother, she was born in 1895, and this is a perspective about what happened to a person that was born in 1900. So if you just add five years, and if you've heard this, then I apologize, but you can listen to it again because afterwards I want to let you know what else my grandmother went through. But this says for a slightly different perspective at this moment. Imagine you were born in 1900. On your 14th birthday, World War I starts and ends when you were 18. Later in the year, a Spanish flu epidemic hits the planet and runs until your 20th birthday. On your 29th birthday, the Great Depression begins. Unemployment hits 25%. The world GDP drops 27%. That runs until you're 33. The country nearly collapses along with the world economy. When you turn 39, World War II starts. You aren't even over the hill yet. And don't try to catch your breath because on your 41st birthday, the United States is fully pulled into World War II until you are 45. At age 50, the Korean War starts. At 55, the Vietnam War begins. When you're 60, the Cuban Missile Crisis threatens to end life on our planet as we know it. When you turn 75, Vietnam War finally ends. Perspective is amazing. Yes, we are in a challenging time nowadays. All times, all generations are challenged. Try to remember everything that those born in 1900 endured and accomplished, and have faith that we will endure as well. Now, guys, like I said, my grandmother, she was born in 1895, and not only did she live through all of this, but she had to bury her first 6 children. None of them lived past the age of 3 years old. And the first child that did live of my grandmother's, well, he was shot and killed in World War II. So she was one of the strongest women I ever met, and you can see why. And she survived all of that, guys, and we are going to survive all of this, I promise you. Moving on. Now, the president of Mexico, he's demanding for either clarity or an apology over a botched Obama-era gun-running operation named Fast and Furious. And remember, that's one of those 17 scandals, so I'll keep you posted. And by the way, Mexico, they're reporting they've lost a little over 3,500 people to COVID-19. Of course, their hospitals don't get $13,000 every time COVID is written on a death certificate, so that's just something to think about. Now, Bill Mitchell, he tweeted this out. Trust me, Dr. Fauci wants America shut down until November 4th just to be super extra double safe in tweet. And then Cat Turd tweeted this out. Your fear doesn't remove my rights. And guys, that's the bottom line. Now I'm going to leave you with the Bible verse about fear in Luke 12:2-7, which says, there is nothing concealed that will not be disclosed, or hidden that will not be made known. What you have said in the dark will be heard in the daylight, and what you have whispered in the ear in the inner rooms will be proclaimed from the roofs. I tell you, my friends, do not be afraid of those who kill the body, and after that can do no more. But I will show you whom you should fear. Fear him who, after your body has been killed, has authority to throw you into hell. Yes, I tell you, fear him. Are not 5 sparrows sold for 2 pennies? Yet not one of them is forgotten by God. Indeed, the very hairs of your head are all numbered. Don't be afraid. You are worth more than many sparrows. Well, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Thank you so much for tuning in. And until next time, this is Doxy Mom, and God bless you all.